just got to know how many men are here tonight. If you're a man here tonight, I just want to hear you say hoorah on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hoorah! Yes. I love that. Let me think. Ladies, I want to see if you're here tonight too, so I'm going to give you a chance to respond. So on 3, I want you to say, uh-huh. Can you get that? 1, 2, 3. Uh-huh. Now what I love is that the ladies, when I said that, you started looking at each other going, oh, we're going to talk now, we're going to talk now. I love that. See, guys don't do that. We're simple people. Guys are simple people. And if you agree with me on any of these, you feel free to agree in that way. Guys, by saying hoorah, let me hear it one more time. Hoorah! And ladies, you too, one more time. Okay, now you feel free to respond that way if something hits you, okay? Because guys are different. We're different. Ladies, I saw you walking in tonight. And you talk to each other and you start going on. See, guys don't. You met each other. I saw some of you do this. You walk up. And you walked up to another woman and you went, oh my gosh, I love your hair. I love your hair. Is that a bob, a weave, a cut, a curl? What is that? See, men don't do that. Men don't do that. Most of you ever hear a man say to another man about his hair, did you get a haircut? That's it. That's it, because we don't have that. And ladies, you speak in code and you don't even know you're doing it. See, men, we just have jeans and khakis. They go with everything. You have categories for your clothes. You start going through each other. Oh my gosh, that looks so good on you. I love that color. You're a spring, aren't you? You are, yeah. Spring. No, it's great. It looks good on you. Those colors make you look thinner. Which is code for, I think you're fat. It's just different. Now see, guys, we don't have that gene. And we have this honesty gene. When I started dating my wife, this guy, my roommate, I just said, dude, how does this shirt look on me? Does it make me look fat? And he went, shut up. You are fat. Quit blaming the shirt. I was at the gym last week and there was a buddy of mine there. I hadn't seen him forever. And I'm like, dude, it's so good to see you. Man, you're in great shape. He's like, no, I'm not. I said, no, really, you're in great shape. He's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, dude, you're in great shape. He's like, well, you don't want to see me naked. You're right. There's just something wrong there. Now, and let me tell you how the women speak in code to me. And I think my in-laws are trying to tell me something. My mother-in-law bought me this beautiful shirt for Christmas. Beautiful shirt. I opened it, I'm like, this is beautiful. She goes, it's an extra large. I hope it's big enough. Code, okay? That's where that is. My wife's grandmother, we went to eat at her house. She fixed way too much food. I'm stuffed. And she goes, get another plate. Please get another plate. And I'm like, I'm stuffed. And she goes, get another plate. So I got one more. I ate it. I'm like, oh, I'm miserable now. She goes, get another plate. And I'm like, does the term fat and happy mean anything to you? She looked at me. She goes, you don't look happy. Speak in code. And ladies, you have clothing that makes no sense. I'll give you my favorite example. Sleeveless turtlenecks. What are you thinking? I mean, are you in the closet going, it's kind of cold, but it might warm up? I mean, is that it? Men do not do that. We don't do that. And ladies, it amazes me. You can make a social event out of anything. You can't even go to the bathroom by yourself. You go in groups and herds. You will go to the bathroom. You will sit down next to a total stranger and carry on a conversation. I love those shoes. Where did you get those? I'm out of toilet paper. Can you spare a square? Do not ask how I know that. Hoorah! Now, in man world, there are certain rules to the bathroom. One is you go by yourself, if at all possible. But then there are certain rules. They're unwritten and unspoken, but they are there. It's in the Atlanta airport, busiest airport in the world. I'm standing there. This guy walked in, obeyed rule 1, which is mandatory 3 stalls down, okay? But then he just broke every other rule. Out of nowhere, I'm standing there, and he goes, so how's it going? There's no talking. I'm like, good. What you been up to lately? And I'm just not comfortable with this. I'm like, nothing. So I go and I look. I get to the sink to wash my hands. As I wash my hands, I look in the mirror. As I look in the mirror, he says, I see all at the same time. He says, yeah, my flight lands at like 2. Won't you pick me up on the curb? We'll go grab a bite before the meeting. And I saw in the mirror, he had on one of those Bluetooth things. I am so getting me one of those. I don't even care if you have a phone. If you need one of those. You realize when you wear that, you can walk around in public and just speak your mind. That shirt looks ridiculous, and I bet you're codependent, aren't you? Not you. I'm on the phone. And see, men are just simple. We're simple ladies. You give us way too much credit. Yes. We're too simple. We're way simple. And I'll give you my example. My wife leaves town. She goes, hey, I'm going on a girls' trip this weekend. Can you watch the kids? Can you take care of the kids? Yeah. Now, I've discovered that that means something different to a woman. Hoorah! Now, here's my definition. Can you take care of the kids? If she comes home and all 3 of my children are still alive, it's a success. Can I get a hoorah? Hoorah! Yes. Now, here's the problem. She comes home, and I'm very proud. The garage door, I hear it, and I'm like, look, they're all alive. She walks in, oh, it's so good to see you. Oh, my goodness, I thought about you all weekend. What'd you do? Where'd you go? What'd you do? And I'm like, they're alive. But what'd you do all weekend? I'm like, stuff. I didn't know there was going to be a test. I would have taken notes. She goes, well, what'd you eat? Just tell me you didn't have pizza and hot dogs all weekend. Just tell me you didn't have pizza and hot dogs. I mean, where'd you go? What'd you eat? You just told me not to tell you. It's one of those things that she goes, well, at least they love fruit. Tell me they had some fruit. They have fruit? Did they have fruit? Loops. Here's an ability every man has that I know, and I want to hear a hoorah if you agree, and a if you agree. And that is an ability every man has. I don't know where it came from, but I have the ability to sit in a room crowded full of people, stare straight at the TV with a remote control, and I can actually sense when somebody's getting interested in the program and change the channel. There you go. But there is one ability that men have. I call it the man superpower. Ladies, you both envy it and you deny it exists all at the same time. And some of you are going, there's nothing. Let me just tell you what it is. It's the ability that every man has to actually think nothing. Hoorah! And how many of you have ever had this conversation? You're in a car and you're driving somewhere. So what are you thinking? Nothing. Well, you can't be thinking nothing. That's not possible. You can't be thinking nothing. You have to be brain dead to think nothing. Okay. See, we have that ability. Now, here's the problem, guys. It's a superpower. And she envies it and she resents you for it because she can't understand it. And here's what she'll do. She will immediately think he can't think nothing. So what he's doing is he's thinking of something. And she remembers the phrase her mother used to say, if you can't say something nice, don't say it. So she will think he's thinking something and it's not nice and it's not nice about her. And she will fill in the blank with the worst possible thought. And she will fill in that blank and blame you for thinking it. And then begin to punish and convict you for thinking that thought. And the whole time you were thinking nothing. Do you agree?